There's a fire rod. How's everyone doing? I'm Fear Agent, and I'm jumping in 10 minutes in. So I'm going to figure out what's going on, just like everyone else. Got great trackers, Jinxie Girl and Lady Laura Linda doing all the tracking. So I can see that we've got boots, even though. Do they actually have boots, or are those the pseudo boots that we start with? Looks like P-Train's got a glove and just found the fire rod. We're doing pseudo boots cross keys this week. My favorite mode. Okay, so they don't have boots. We'll get that fixed on the tracker. We're doing pseudo boots cross keys. So, what are pseudo boots? Pseudo boots allow you to dash in the game, but you can't bonk and get the benefits of bonking, and you can't hover. So you do still on some circumstances still need those boots. For example, if you were to go to AGA 1 and needed to do lumberjack, you can't break open the tree without the actual boots. You find the library, you can't get the item off of the library ledge without the real boots. So what do we have here? We've got Missing Playoffs with 9 points. We've got He Came From with 9 points. Both at the bottom of their division. Both are fighting to stay in the Invitational for Season 6. There is the team with the worst record in the division does get relegated to the Open. We see Lumberjack in the Lost Woods. That's really nice. I missed what was that the actual Lumberjack. Magnet has powder, Chad is saying. Okay. $50. And it looks like Magnet Hands is going to find this here as well in just a moment. Does have bombs. There's the mitts already. Interesting. So early glove is always really nice. It allows you to route in a South Shore pretty cleanly. And the Moon Pearl. Okay, so do we know where the first glove was? Again, I'm just joining here about 10 minutes in. Awesome trackers again. Keeping us all tracked. Paradox at Saha. Okay. So P-Train actually has some just regular old Dark World access with it coming out of VOO or Skull Woods area with the mitts and the Moon Pearl there. Again, huge shout outs to Jinxie Girl and Lady Laura Linda for coming in on short notice and making sure that we get this match restreamed. Match is very important. Both these teams, I think, might still have a chance for playoffs if they win out, but they definitely need to win so they don't get relegated. All right, P-Train taking advantage of the gloves, checking that entrance there. So we're only 15 minutes in. There's going to be a lot of stuff happening here. Crossroad entrance key sanity means all the entrances are shuffled. You could go in the light world and end up in the dark world if you go to a connector. We see magic powder here from Magnet Hands. And then all the keys are shuffled. Key to Ice Palace. A fairy in a bottle, which early on actually isn't the greatest to find because you tend to do a decent amount of death warping in cross keys. Magnet Hands taking that bottle, checking out what Sick Kid has. Just some more bombs. Both these runners really strong cross keys runners too, so we're in for a treat today. P-Train getting that key off of Magic Bet that Magnet Hands got a little bit earlier. All right, so we see a key on the torch. We're probably going to need that key. And you see him dashing around. So again, you're wondering, why doesn't he just pick up that key? Well, he doesn't actually have boots. He's got pseudo boots. A Thieves Town small key is always nice to have. And it looks like with the desert small key in hand, he's going to check the right-hand side. We'll see if he wants to take this connector or not. I think he's already been through Kakariko, so I imagine he'll want to take one of the desert entrances. See where it takes us. We get the big key to Eastern Palace. Always a nice one to have. Using that fire rod to kill the popos. $20. You know, it looks like P-Trains is just going to follow here. So I guess Magnet Hands is going to need to go over to the eastern area. I believe that's where we found the other glove in the Saha entrance. From what chat is saying. All right, Dark Death Mountain just came out of the top of Super Bunny. Take a look at the medallion required to open up Turtle Rocket's Bombos today. And we see a map check already. It looks like a 5-6 crystal over at Thieves Town and a regular crystal at Swamp. It does have an option. He can jump down and check out the Dark Twins, which he's going to do. Or he could go over and check the other side. It has to get through some Lionels, but shouldn't be too much of a problem. All right, marking down on his tracker the library there, and there is a key. Again, can't get it. We don't got boots. Just the pseudo boots. Nothing in the left of the Dark Twins there. So both of our runners we'll see that key on the library and know that they might have to come back for it again. We don't know what key it could be. It could be a Meyer key or a Skullwoods key or something. All right, so it looks like Sank is at the pyramid. So unless you find the Hyrule Castle small key, or you climb GT and do Ega 2, not going to have access to the back there. I know there's a tendency to steal a key and go to the back, but yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of that. Magnet Hand's picking up the bomb there in the front of Turtle Rock, which is at the Dark Potion Shop. He can continue on to Catfish because he did pick up that key. Excuse me, the gloves, not the key. So looks like pretty similar routing. The big difference being P-Train with the mitts here. Not taking advantage of those mitts yet. And instead it's going to take a look at the pod area. But gets bullied there by the Moblins. And uses his fairy. Actually not the worst to get rid of the fairy, honestly. I think from what chat said, the second glove is at the Saha entrance. But we did miss the first like 10 minutes or so not 100% sure. Checking out the monkey house, nothing there. And it looks like Magnet might be on the way over to the eastern area. Is going to take a look at the witch's hut and then the shop here. Nothing on the island. Don't worry about that. Just a map. Okay, so here's Saha. Maybe this is where the other glove was. You can't bonk again. Still no boots. We see the old lady connector. Okay, no, just Saha. Does give us information about the green pendant there for Magnet Hands. And looks like P-Train's found Herb's shopping mall. So that was through the old lady connector there. We see the C-shaped house with 300 rupees. And again, I think this is all stuff that P-Train has done, which is why he's got the 600 already. I look away and that he enters Sawhouse. Did he just get his mitts there? No. Nope. Okay. Oh, I see. I see. It's Paradox. Okay. So he's going to see Smiths, and he's got thieves down here. Over on P-Train's side, there's going to be 4 checks that he can do. Does have the big key and the small key, though no way to kill blind. So I don't see him go into the back. The castle tower small is always interesting. Okay, so Magnet has the mitts in hand now. Looks like we found Pod on P-Train's side. And is... I'm guessing he's got a Mimic Clip since he's walking out. He does have a bottle. I think it's only a fairy, though, and he got rid of it. So, yeah, he's going to Mimic Clip to the left side. Oh, he's got the key, too, so he can at least check, do the 2 checks here. So there's the Hyrule Castle Small. That's actually very interesting. That'll allow him to get to the back now. This is the Cross Keys entrance, which is on version 30, the older version. So it doesn't have the newer logic, which puts Dark Cross in logic with the Fire Rod. You still need the lamp. And we're going to see a Mimic Clip here from P-Train. see if he wants to go bufferless. So what he's doing is he's turned his controller to the side and he's just doing spin speed on the right and up controls, and it moves the mimic one step to left. It's actually really easy to do, and apparently P-Train's pretty practiced with it. Gets it done pretty quickly. Doesn't get much out of it, but it's nice to have it done. The D-pad is the word I was looking for. That's it. All right, Spiral Cave. There under the rock in Ice Rod Cave. Hyrule Castle. A couple of options there as well. Wow, you're full of options here in Turtle Rock. No keys, but is going to use that fire rod to kill the Pokey and get both the lava chest key and the chain chomps. And it looks like P-Train found another entrance to Hyrule Castle here. He does have the small key, so it puts the entirety of the front of Turtle Rock in logic. Gets rewarded with $300. You might think, Magnet, grab that magic container right there, but there's gonna be another one coming up, so doesn't have to worry about that. A small key to Castle Tower. I think that's both Castle Tower small keys. I don't remember. I know we saw Lumberjack. I don't think it was anything. So he's got 5 hearts. He can actually tank a hit from the chain chomps here. There's the Desert Big, which we've seen, and is in logic. Oh, and Magnet setting up for the Death Warp. Let's go with Spirit, probably because of the chomp's weight, but gets nothing out of it. Lumberjack was useless for it. Okay, so killing Aga doesn't really get us anything. Get the big key from the ball and chain guard, and there we go. It looks like Magnet's going to be doing the same thing. I wonder if he steals the key because he doesn't have the Hyrule Castle small key knowledge yet. P-Train's, I imagine, going to go all the way to the back here. Yep, and Magnet Hands is going to steal the key. So he is missing out on the Desert Big. We don't. Oh, that is a crystal. So we need to. He'll need to get that other Hyrule Castle key and come back later to get it. I see the pseudo boots command in chat. Pseudo boots are just like regular boots. It allows you to dash. The big difference is you can't bonk items, so it disables the main bonking system. Can't get the things off of Lumberjack. You can't open the tree at Lumberjack. You can't get things off of the library. We see small key to Misery Mire there, and you can't hover either. Good game knowledge there from Magnet to pick up that magic. And it looks like he's saved. So, okay, so he's set up a Death Warp. And I think what this is going to do is it's going to allow him to save Scum if he wants to. Okay, so he's just going to come back. All right. Let's see what's in the back here. He's going to go through Spiral Cave. So he did the... Well, I guess Dark Cross actually isn't in logic yet either without the lamp. All right, there's $5. There's a sword. That's really nice. And a map to Misery Mire. Actually, pretty unfortunate for Magnet that he didn't go all the way through. Missing out on the sword. He does get the single arrow, though. Big winner. And that puts him on top of the floating island, which P-Train's going to get the information for here shortly. So P-Train came from the left. Oh, no. I guess the right side is floating island. We see swamp, and it is a crystal. Already have that marked on the tracker. Spike cave. Hammer pegs. Can't do anything with that. Excuse me. Those are hammer pegs. That's Mimic Cave. We can't do Mimic Cave because we can't knock down the hammer pegs there. You also can't bonk open the bonk rocks with the pseudo boots. Oh, it's Spiral Cave that puts you out there. That's a really crummy location. P-Train not wanting to do any of the other checks. All right. Nate Hands to spend his way on top of the mountain. It's $50 from the Old Man Rescue. And we'll do some checks. Finds Ice Palace. Unfortunately, no magic to even go in. I look away for 1 second and I miss an entrance. This is a tough to pay attention to everything that's going on. Oh man, Magnet with 1 heart cannot get hit by any of the dead rocks. Is there a fairy? I think he can get a revival. Does the hand give you a revival? It does. Great game knowledge there from Magnet Hands. P-Train using the mitts to get into the VOO. Do some checks here. The bad side of Super Bunny. Maybe see Magnet Hands end his route going through that connector there. Just a map on top of Spec Rock. Nice bomb refill spot for Magnet here, as he's only had a couple of bombs. Pyramid Fairy, some more bombs. P-Train gonna throw the bottle in, see what he gets. Absolutely nothing back, but does get another heart container. All right, Magnet Hands has found Spec Rock. It's moved slightly. See what's in here. Heart piece. Looks like this is where he's gonna call the route. He's gonna bomb jump across. It's never in logic to bomb jump. Gets over to the other side of Death Mountain with 5 King 45. Gonna fluff out this this compass here. Turtle Rock. P-Train gonna do some digging. Gets a heart piece. I almost saved and quit, but thought better of it. Let's check out these other locations. You can also go through the Spec Rock drop down and see what that takes him, unless he's already seen it. Stumpy with another heart container for P-Train. Bomb shop. All right. Thievestown and Skull Woods are R56. We knew about Thievestown earlier. The bomb or the pyramid ferry upgrade. P-Train's got $700, but says no. I can't resist the ferry upgrade. Give me 15 bombs all day long. 35 arrows is whatever, but I like having 15 bombs. And it looks like, ooh, the Tektite bullying magnet hands there a little bit. Can get some fairies when he goes through the spec rock drop down. Arrow game at Hype Cave today. Don't need that since he does have the 700 rupees on hand. So the big differences so far, Desert, oh, there's the front of Desert. P-Train could actually check the big chest if he wanted to, since he did find the big key in Hyrule Castle. And as I was saying, the differences between our two runners is P-Train found the Hyrule Castle small key and was able to finish off Hyrule Castle. Got the Desert big and went through the back and got his first sword, which Magnet Hands is missing here. Magnet into Skull Woods now. All right, so Pete is gonna take a look at the big chest. Magnet gets his key from the pot there. And we'll check the vanilla big key chest here in Skull Woods. Does have to be careful down on one heart. Oh, the big key locking the flippers. So things working out for P-Train really well here. Magnet's got a ton of money. Wants to get the magic refill here, and then we'll death warp out. It looks like P-Train's going to get the fairies here in Desert. Do not see this very often. Does not want to die. Hope everyone's having a good Monday. We kick off Pseudo Boots Cross Keys week here at the league. And it looks like it's a bad layout for Skull Woods, which isn't too much of a problem since they have the mitts. They can just get back here pretty quick. But we see P-Train in here as well. P-Train about to get his 100 rupees. So Magnet can use this key safely because in the pinball room, there is a guaranteed Skull Woods small there. We find Bombos. Now, this is specific to the older versions of the Rando that Cross Keys uses when generating the seeds. If this was version 31, that wouldn't be a guaranteed small key. When they do update Cross Keys, I wonder if they're going to change that. So P-Train choosing not to get locked into Skull Woods, it's kind of a little surprising since his mitts give him access to there pretty quickly. And we see Ice Rod Cave in the back of Skull Woods. But nothing there. There was a time when even No Logic had the skull small. Yeah, I wonder when they change it. I know it will come someday. When, I don't know, but it will come someday. There will be a change. All right, Magnet. Don't save and quit. You could drop down. You could do one more check here. All right. I think you might have just been doing the pause there to do some map marking. We see Hookshot Cave. Oh, and we find the back of Skull Woods. So He doesn't have the sword, so he can't finish this off. P-Train, if he had the sword from the back of Escape, he would be able to. Does get a big key to Swamp Palace. All right. Random Link's house would be nice. Yeah, I think that'd be pretty fun. I think that's like the one thing about inverted cross keys that I like is the random Link's house. All right, so we're just going to do some cleaning up of the overworld checks here. Magnet, having rescued the old man, I don't know how we got up on the mountain to do the rescue there, but having rescued the old man is going to take a look at the back of old man, see where that exits out. Oh, and it's rewarded with a sword. If only he had done that first, he could have finished off Skull Woods. Okay, so it looks like P-Train is doing the old man rescue from the front, so he will find his way up on the mountain and do all those checks that that Magnet Hands just did. All right, so no mirror, so we can't mirror and do the light roll version entrance or the light entrance. So I think what Magnet does is he's not saving and quitting. He pauses, not to add to his menu time, but to to start to save and quit to make sure he's got his map all checked. Mismarking your map can be very costly, so taking the time to make sure that it's correct is very important. You forget where you marked pod or dungeon or somewhere that you can't do right away. That could cost you the race. So Bombus on hand for P-Train now. And both of them are able to use Bombos now that they both have a sword, though it's a different sword for each runner. So Magnet Hands, I can't remember where P-Train got the Hyrule Castle small key. I don't remember where that was. Maybe the pod area? But that allowed him to clear out Hyrule Castle, got him the desert big key, which then got him the flippers as well. And that's the big difference. It also gave P-Train his sword. Magnet Hands got his sword from the top of Bumper Cave, which was the back of the old man rescue, or the old man starting spot. P-Train's sprite is just so unnerving. Everything about it is unnerving, and I think that's why he likes it. All right, Hobo, Ice Palace big key. I don't think we've seen any of these water checks. Did P-Train check the island? Did he walk up there to the upgrade ferry? The island is the map, but the island that you can walk on, the upgrade ferry. Oh, there's the book. Okay. It looks like Magnet's going to do the Smiths. Gonna take the Smiths on a little journey here. What does Zora have? Just 20 bucks. There's the top of Paradox. P-Train picks up his book. All right, he is going to turn into Smiths. And it looks like P-Train did forget to do the upgrade fairy. Oh, the flute from the Smiths. Huge pickup for Magnet Hands. Especially with the mitts. That gets him into Meyer area for a couple more checks. And just makes traveling so much better. That's a really nice pickup for Magnet. Into Hera does have the big key, is fully completable. Can't do the basement, but who don't want to. It's like the one small key you don't want to find. All right, so it looks like P-Train actually checked this already and just forgot to mark it. Or maybe he's looking for something specific. Oh, there it is. Eastern. Do have the Eastern Palace big key. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4 checks in logic here. The vanilla big key chest is in the logic without the lamp, and we can't get to Armos Knights without the bow. Nice bomb jump there for Magnet Hands gets a compass. Meanwhile, P-Train gets a small key to Turtle Rock. And now we get the Moldorm fight. Fighter Sword Moldorm. Have fun. Gets ether, and is this a crystal? It is not. It is a pendant. So Magnet Hands with knowledge of 2 of the pendants now. Really good Moldorm fight. Fighter Sword Moldorm can be pretty rough. There's our 3rd sword inside of Eastern Palace. And I imagine Magnet Hands is going to make his way to Kakariko to activate that flute. Let's see where he wants to flute off to next. Fly away, Magnet. Fly away. $20 in Eastern. P-Train has 1,000,000 hearts, and we'll just have to tank all this damage here. Magnet gonna finish up the Smith chain. It's treated him well so far. Let's see if maybe we can get something nasty like the mirror here in purple chest. And having the flute makes it a quick turn in as well, since you can just flute 7 and just walk over to Gary from there. P-Train going through the Hyrule Castle connector. Has he rescued the old man? All right, Gary, what do you got? The lamp. Interesting. Interesting. All right, so Magnet's going to check out Eastern now here. Let's see if he wants to go in. He does not. Pete going to use the book there to enter the front of desert. We see the front of pod. We saw this from P-Train a while ago. All right, desert giving us Hype Cave. How hype is Hype Cave today? A Magnet not wanting to go into pod either. The gangster gives us nothing, but we do get the big key to pod. Interesting. A heart container. 50 bucks. Not bad. A big key has got so much value. So, I mean, it's really... So, for Magnet Hands, Eastern is quick to get back to. He's got the big key and just needs the bow. So, hoping to single dip it. So, understandable. Into pod now. Going to do some checks here. Where's P-Train going? It is pretty funny that Eastern and pod are right next to each other. All right, so P-Train going to take the Paradox connector here. Find that it just leads to Bonk Rocks. Not great. See if P-Train's going to do the Smith chain. Nope. Not yet, at least. Okay, so P-Train now is going to rescue the old man, it looks like. Hopefully we can get Magnet Hands back. All right, there we go. He is doing the Mimic Clip as well. And a really nice Mimic Clip from Magnet Hands. Again, want to give huge shout outs to the trackers today, who are doing all the hard work. I just say dumb things into the microphone. So big shout outs to Jinxie Girl and Lady Laura Linda, two of the best trackers in all of Rando too. So make sure you show some love in chat for our trackers. I don't think Magnet went through Super Bunny Cave. Let's see if he has that on his mind. Because he's just a flute away now. Or maybe he saw the other side. I'm not sure. All right, so Magnet's going to go through the front of... Okay, so he did find the... I believe the Hyrule Castle Small was in pod. So now he can fully clear out Hyrule Castle. This will get him the Desert Big Key, which he needs, which gets him the flippers. If he goes to the back, that'll also give him a sword, and that'll put him at Master Sword, same as P-Train, though they still have a sword the other one doesn't have. P-Train taking advantage of all of the fairy locations today. Stuff that you don't normally see, but P-Train's showing it off. All right, so there's the Desert Big for Magnet Hands. I don't think there was anything in Zelda Cell. All right, P-Train going to give us our first look into Eastern. No Cane of Samaria, so we can't do any Icebreaker shenanigans. But we do have both Bombos and Fire Rod. So If we find the hammer in here, can finish it off. It is the green pendant, so we don't necessarily, in theory, need to finish it, but we'll see. So Pete here will be able to get everything but the stuff on the right side because he doesn't have a hammer. Unless, oh, still no hammer. Also, I keep saying Pete, but that's not actually what the P in P-Train stands for. I just like to call him Pete. All right, so Magnet going to go through the back. We'll get his second sword. Yeah, pass. It stands for past train. I mean, it could stand for so many different things. And I've known Pete Train for a while, and I still don't know what the P stands for, but I do like calling him Pete because it almost looks like Pete with the T in there. I don't know. The Pete Train, yeah. Pain Train, yeah. He's never corrected me when I've called him Pete, though, so I'm going to continue with the Pete. All right. This back of escape is even faster for Magnet Hand since he did pick up the lamp there from the purple chest. All right, the one chest on the right that we can do, there's a sword for Magnet, gets the old bug net, or if you're Gamachu, the fillet. All right, freeze ores. Do we have the ice palace big? We do. $20. The map. Oh man, you hate to come all the way down here without the hammer and get absolutely nothing. But P-Train's only got one more check available, and that's iced tea. Where's Magnet Hands gonna go? Thought about 5 and then saved and quit. Going through the front of old man. And just $20. An unfortunate ice palace dip that got Pete nothing, unfortunately for him. And the missing playoffs team. Magnet Hands, now with the swords in hand, is going to finish off Skull Woods. And we do know that this is one of our 5-6 crystals. Magnet picking up that magic drop there. P-Train now with the Old Man Rescue gets his tempered sword, and it's going to save and quit since he's done most of those other checks now. So what are we missing here? Meyer area, I feel like, is the next big play, but P-Train needs to go rescue the Smith to get that flute. We'll see if Magnet wants to head over there soon. I think that's the big one that we haven't seen. And P-Train into Skullwoods now as well. Gonna finish this off first. Gonna do the moth fight. Those have tempered, so should be able to do it pretty quickly. Magnet with the flute in hand. Let's see where he goes. 6 would be really interesting. Nope, he's back into Kakariko. Did we see Super Bunny? I know we saw the bad side of Super Bunny. Did we see the other side? Did either of them go through, or did they find it already? Not sure. Magnet Hand's going to get his flippers here, so this is good for him. And real nice moth fight from P-Train over there. Gonna pick up his 5/6 crystal, as well as his map to Hyrule Castle. The very useful map. All right, Skullwood's back. Pete back into Skullwood's going to get the chest under the bridge. And Magnet taking a look here in the Dark World. Nada. Look like Meyer is a crystal for Magnet hands. Picked up that map earlier. And I believe we've already seen Hype Cave from P-Train. And Magnet with 1,100 rupees on hand, going to pick up both the arrow and the bomb upgrade. Love to see it. Spike Cave can't do that. Magnet gonna go take a look at Herf Shopping Mall over here. And I think we saw this from P-Train. I think there was a connector over here. I can't remember which one it was. Magnet using the cannon burner there to full effect. All right, so I think P-Train's gonna have to do the Smith chain, at least the Smiths, sooner rather than later to pick up that flute. Yeah, there's the connector. It's the old lady connector here. And here we are, a little bit of high-five and action going on between our runners again. So the things that P-Train has done is he dipped Ice, he dipped Eastern. He did get that sword out of Eastern, but I think that was about it. Ice Palace had nothing. Zippo, zilch. And we're back into Thieves Town for P-Train. Okay. So Hammer could be here. They have the small key. Hammer could be on blind. It's a possibility. But after an hour and 4 minutes, both of our runners into Thieves Town. Both with the big and small key. Of course, Pete was here earlier without a sword, so wasn't able to do the back. So going to get some new information here on P-Train's side. Hope everyone's enjoying their full day of rando today. A lot of races going on in the Invitational League. I think this is like the 5th race. More coming up later tonight as well. P-Train restocking on bombs there. So at 7:10 p.m. on SpeedGaming 2, we've got Trey Spire versus Days Cloud. You don't want to miss that. And then at 9:10 on this channel, you've got Maximum Barnage versus Fear Agent. That would be me. Don't want to miss out on that. Drosy and Tracy M on comms. And we're just getting started in the Pseudo Boots Cross Keys week. This is day number 1. Second to last week of the regular season of the league. Almost finished with the regular season. The hook shot. What does the hook shot get us? Did we see Hookshot Cave? I think we did. I think we saw the Hookshot Cave somewhere. And of course, you can't hover because they got pseudo boots. You can't get to the bonkable chest because of pseudo boots. And this is actually the 5-6 crystal. Can we get the red bomb? Where was the bomb shop? Can we get the red bomb to the pyramid? Was it somewhere convenient? Nice blind fight there. You gonna give us the hammer today? He is! Now the big question is, do you go back in? Do you go back in? Unbelievable. The hammer on blind. Chat, do you go back in? It's one check. It's super deep. It takes a lot of time. Pete's going in. He really wants the 20 rupees here in the big chest. It is a now or never, but it's also could just be trash, right? Like, all right, so now they have full Dark World access with the hammer, the flippers. I don't know if this gets P-Train to the flute anytime sooner, though. Magnet with the blind script going on so far. Nicely done. Gets a blind down. Picks up his hammer. And again, we ask the question, do you go back in? Chat, what do you think? Is there anything in the big chest? I think it's going to be trash. I think you could skip it. But Magnet says no, it's too important. You're never coming back here. It's all the way in the pod entrance. All right, moment of truth. Did I call it or did I call it? You just can't leave it, right? It's too important because if you leave it, it's the literal last location that you do. I mean, I'm going to make one skip tonight, Moogle, and it's going to be the progression. So you just watch. The mirror is on the tablet. Huge pickup there for P-Train. Where did he get that book? So two huge differences. Okay, so Zora's Ledge, there it is. So Magnet hasn't done the water checks yet. He just got the flippers. He does have the flute, though. P-Train really needs to get that flute because that gives him access to the mire area. We haven't seen any of that stuff. And now with the mirror, it gives him access to desert as well. All right. We see at the Castle Tower entrance the effect of pseudo boots. You can't balk open that wall with pseudo boots. Gotta bomb it. All right, we got the race game, the Brothers Connector, and it's just the bonk rocks outside of Link's house. Trash connector. We see Magnet Hands opening up Turtle Rock. What's that going to be today? Back of Desert. All right. That is required. It is one of our crystals. Nice find here for Magnet Hands. We see the potion shop. Pete says, let's buy a potion while we're here. Why not? We got the money. We paid Zora. We opened up Pod. We did the dig game. Let's use some of this cash. So it looks like a Magnet, and there's Mario. So hello, Mario. Magnet doesn't have enough magic to take down the Landmos in one shot. So he's going to pull out the bombs. Nope, he's going. So I think he'll be able to kill 2 heads. Yep. And we'll need to finish off the other one with the sword or the hammer. Gets another heart piece and another crystal. That's number 3 for Magnet Hands here. P-Train, remembering this connector. Got a mirror on top of Bumper Ledge. Let's see what we've got here. Okay. Just a fairy fountain. And that's a save and quit for Magnet Hands. So Magnet needs to go get the book from Zora Ledge and then check Ether Tablet. Ether Tablet's not too bad because of where the old man start is. P-Train needs to do Smith Chain. At least do the Smiths to get that flute. Make his travel so much better. But both of them are going to give us a look at Hookshot Cave. Let's see who's faster. Magnet from the front, P-Train from the back. And it looks like Magnet takes the lead. Gets a small key to swamp. Both of them with a small key to swamp. Onto chest number 3. Gets a heart container. Onto chest 4. Who's going to get there first? It's Magnet Hands with 50 rupees. And he's out. All right, so Magnet, where's Magnet off to now? I think P-Train's in a better situation because the Smith Chain isn't as terrible. Gosh, where was this? The Smiths were not in a great spot though. Yeah, it is surprising that Magnet hasn't gone to the Mire area. I didn't see what Graveyard Ledge is, but not anything. Magnet, remembering that he saw Mimic Cave down here on Dark Death Mountain, is going to hammer away these mimics. See what we get rewarded with. Just some bombs. And that's going to be a save and quit. Chat, who do we think gets to where first? Does Magnet get the mirror first? Or does P-Train get the flute first? Beer, are you able to do guesses or whatever that we do? Predictions? All right, so the prediction is, does Magnet get the mirror first or does P-Train get the flute first? $50 from the catfish. And Magnet Hands, remembering that he does have both 5-6 crystals and the flute, can take it to the pyramid. All right, we got a prediction in chat. Get your predictions in. Flute by P-Train, mirror by Magnet Hands. Who gets theirs first? The flute being at the Smiths and the mirror being at Ether Tablet. I think P-Train is probably a safer bet because it's one item where Magnet needs to get the book to get the mirror. But the tablet is right by the old man, so All right, P-Train about to get his trash out of Mimic Cave. Meanwhile, Magnet gonna give us our first look outside the Pyramid Fairy entrance. It is AGA 1. AGA 1. Now, don't have to do AGA 1, but can get both items and just mark it off. Don't have to do AGA at all. Lumberjack was nothing. We have Dark World access. You get your 2 items and you peace out. First item, garbage. Second item, a big key to Skullwoods. Gross. I think Pete's gonna do it. I think this might be the Smiths. Magnet's on his way to do the water checks. If Pete gets locked away by something here, it's nothing. All right. So I think they're both kind of along the path. Peter's got a better opportunity to get to it first. The turning in the Smiths without the flute, I think, is not super fast. Magnet Hand's doing. Hobo gets his, was it Swamp Ice Bag, excuse me. Okay. Mire Shed. Gets the gold sword. Okay. All right, Mag, on his way. I mean, this is close. If Magnet finishes this off really quick and goes immediately to Ether Tablet, he might beat Pete. Oh, but P-Train's got some other... She's going to do some mirror checks first. Oh, this might be going in Magnet Hand's way. Because Magnet Hands is going to save and quit after the book. And if he starts at the old man, he just has to dash over to the tablet. And it looks like a lot of predictions were going to be wrong. %74% on P-Train. All right. Magnet's getting his book, Cave 45, for P-Train. That's it. I think he goes and grabs the Smith. There's the save and quit from Magnet Hands. Oh, and Pete's walking away. Pete's walking away, but Magnet Hands doesn't go from the old man. He doesn't go from the cave. The race continues. All right, P-Train gonna check Bombo's tablet now. Get some blue goo. Not the worst. There's a save and quit. I mean, P-Train's got to be running out of locations without the flute. We got a ped check incoming. Anything on pedestal? It's Samaria. It's Samaria. Chat, you did it. You did it, chat. You got your way. Buckle up, baby. All right, Magnet saved and quit. He's got the flute out. He's going towards the tablet. I think this is it. I think this is the mirror. Oh, and here it is. The mirror for Magnet Hands. All who believed, get your points. What was the percentage? It was low, right? It was super low. 26% believed in Magnet. 26%. Enjoy your points. Nicely done. P-Train finds Desert. Gonna finish this off. Magnet's got the whole world up to him. Let's see if he remembers Meyer area, because he's had the opportunity to go to Meyer for a long time and just hasn't. Instead, he's going to Ice. He can complete it. He can complete it. And we know that he needs to complete it because Samaria's on pedestal today. Big one. What a big one. It went back and forth too. So no icebreaker today from any of our runners because of where the Samaria is. And P-Train still needs to get that information. So right. So we know that TR has to be a crystal because you can't do Turtle Rock without Samaria. We don't know about Pod yet. So it's between Pod and Eastern. I hope you're all enjoying this. This has been a fun race. Glad we're able to restream this one. Again, big shout outs to our trackers. They're the ones that were able to make sure that this one happened. It almost got canceled. Jinxie Girl, Lady, Laura Linda, make sure you get your heart emojis, the love emotes, all that stuff in chat for our trackers. If it wasn't for them, we would have missed out on this glorious, glorious race. P-Train really doesn't want to do Smiths. Just really does not want to do the Smiths. All right, back into Hera. I guess actually for the first time for P-Train. See if we can get Magnet Hands back here shortly. There it is. Missed out what's on the right side. So we don't know what's happening over there. Let's check his actual tracker, see if we've got anything that we've missed. He doesn't have an ice rod or a bow or the boots. I don't think he got anything over there. P-Train will eventually have to go back there. He does need to read the pedestal, though. Okay. He got a heart. Again, huge shout-outs to our tracker, Lady Laura Linda, for following that. He did get half magic, though. Okay. P-Train has checked the Skullwood entrance, but did not have the mirror at the time. There is Crystal... Oh, Pendant Hera for the first pendant for P-Train. Probably thinking, a pendant. Not knowing he's going to need that. He's going to need it. All right, cold stare fight for Magnet Hands. Still only on a fighter sword, or excuse me, master sword. Doesn't have the sword from Meyer Shed, was it? Where was that? And the Eastern was the other one. I can't remember. Taking advantage of that half magic, though, and burning down Cold Stare. What does he get? 10 arrows. All right. P-Train with the Fairy Ascension connector. Also, the green pendant. We have seen Saha. That is something. Fairy connector takes us to the TR bridge. This is the Mimic Cave entrance, and it is the dam. So a very important one. There's a pod key. We do have the Swamp Small. We do have the hammer. We do have the hook shot. With the dam, this will allow P-Train to do Swamp Palace, keeping him away from that that flute even longer. Green pendant turn in just a heart container, or excuse me, a heart piece. Yeah, Magnet Hands can confirm, did check that Eastern is our last pendant. So thank you, chat. So we will need that bow. I don't think we've seen GT, which again could just be in the Mire area. And Magnet Hands has just not gone there at all. Let's see if this is it. Is this the flute to 6 now? It is. All right. He's had the flute for a long time. This has been available for a long time, but it can now do a lot of stuff here. Pete, on the other hand, into Swamp Palace. This is a crystal. I imagine we're going to see him full clear it. Does have the big key. Missed what was Mire. I'm going to assume we've got it, though. More cash. Oh, it's Bombos, so we can't open Mire. And speaking of, we're just a bow away, right? A bow away from getting... Oh, there's GT. We're a bow away from getting Samaria. We missed the early game, so I'm not sure where Ganon is. Oh, if anyone had one in their guesses, you win for the GT Big Key. Small key on the torch. Can't get that, even though they're dashing, because again, we've got pseudo boots. A bow is going to be the big one, right? A bow is going to be the big one. All right. Stalfos, what do you got? And Pete going to the left immediately. There's a small key to ice. Magnet doesn't need that. And P-Train going to set up for the diver down here with the bombs. Stupid firebar, get out of the way. Or fire snake, excuse me. I mean, Magnet's got to have the lead here with the information about Samaria. And, of course, the flute, which gives... Oh, there's the bow. Yeah, that just is going to solidify Magnet's lead here. P-Train's aversion to Smiths is going to make things a bit more difficult. Because now, after this, Magnet Hands can go do Eastern, which he has not been in. Get that extra sword, get the pendant, and go pull pedestal for Samaria. It's not the well. I don't know where Ganon is. Ganon's at Magic Bat. Okay. So it's a single item cave, I think. It might be Uncle, maybe? Oh, no, it's Sync. It's Sync. We know that. It's Sync. Duh. Oh, there's our last medallion, which we do not need. So it's the back of Escape. So there's no reason to kill Aga 2 here. If you climb, it's just for the 4 items. All right, so Magnet's out. And did we get anything on the left side swamp? We got nothing, right? All right, Magnet Hands into Eastern, going to get his sword upgrade, so he'll be happy to see that. Where is P-Train's custom sprite? It's in his documents folder. Where is the pod big key? That's a great question, Ravis. Great question. Maybe whatever trackers could let you know. I'm not sure. I feel like it was early. Oh, that's maybe where it was. Yeah, yeah. Hype Cave at Desert, Maine. Thank you, chat. Thank you so much. All right. Had to take a drink of water. We're back into pod. P-Train is not going to be able to complete this because he only has 2 keys. Magnet Hands, on the other hand, is about to finish off Eastern Palace and then head to the pedestal to get his Cane of Samaria. There is the Ice Rod. All right. We're stepping closer to the finale here. So what is it that we need for go mode? Are we looking for the Turtle Rock Big? We've got an interesting race going on for sure. The big question, though, is when does P-Train do the Smith Chain? And does he check the pedestal? Because he really needs to. He's not going back to Ice Palace anytime soon. There's a bottle there on Armos Knights. This might be the Smith Chain. Oh, he's back into Turtle Rock. He hasn't done any of Turtle Rock, and he's got 4 keys. So he'll be able to do 2 checks here. He'll be able to check Lava Chest. Doesn't even have to kill the Pokey if he wants. And then Do the chain chomps checks. The chain chomps checks sounds like a new dance. Or it actually sounds like a dance from like the 90s. All right, Magnet Hands doesn't have usable auto, so we can't use it for the pet pool. I wish we could. But I imagine he's going, this is good, or something like that. He's probably saying something along the lines of, cool. That is Samaria, so that is a completable Misery Mire. I imagine he's going to head right back and finish off Mire. When he's over there, he still hasn't done a lot of the checks because he found GT and just completed that. He will probably find the pod big. P-Train does not know about Pedestal now. So, chat, we're just looking for the Turtle Rock Big to get the information that we need to complete this seed. Now, still a lot of places that can be, or that can have the Turtle Rock Big. Yeah, I mean, he's got one, P-Train's got two, so also going to need at least one more of those somewhere. All right, there is the torches in Mire for Magnet Hands. Is this Ice Palace maybe for P-Train? There's the mushroom. Yep. So P-Train going to finish off Ice Palace, which is required. He doesn't know it yet, but it is required. The Blue Mail upgrade in Mire. We're still missing another bow. We haven't seen the boots. Now, can you imagine not having the boots this entire seed? And that's the joy of pseudo boots. Because we haven't seen him yet. Can you dig it? Sucka. Says Magnet Hands there with the shovel. Who's winning? Chat is winning right now, but probably Magnet Hands at this point. Can the sprite do the spinneroonie? I think Magnet Hands sprite is programmed to do the spinneroonie, from what I've seen. All right, so we are going to be able to see the right hand checks. I think it was like a heart and maybe half magic over here. And since Meyer is in the Meyer area, able to do the spooky setup pretty easily. Don't have to do any other weird shenanigans to get it to work. Just regular old spooky. Yeah, there is the half magic that Magnet Hand's got. All right, blue mail, tempered sword. Just gonna spin away and take these eyes out, and they can finish off the big eye with the bow and arrow. Nicely done there by Magnet Hands. Gets another crystal and 3 bombs. So still no TR big. Did get a couple of fetch quests though with the shovel and the mushroom. And P-Train going to pick up his green pendant. I imagine we'll probably turn it in pretty quickly since it's located next to Link's house. See Graveyard Ledge at Checkerboard Cave. Just 20 bucks. All right, into the desert left entrance, we see King's Tomb. We have a small key to Ganon's Tower. All right. I imagine Magnet Hands is going to finish this off by checking out Ganon's Tower, right? Oh, Blind's Hut. Here's a big one that we haven't seen yet. I mean, if Magnet Hands finds the turtle. Oh, there's another pod key. Okay. No Turtle Rock big. You remember way back when y'all thought P-Train was going to turn into Smith before Magnet Hands got the mirror? Oh, it seems like forever ago. All right, so this is going to be the Meyer entrance, and then I imagine he'll mirror and do Hype Cave and get that pod big as well. And here's Laser Bridge. All right, so he's still missing the Ice Rod. Can't finish this off, but can go all the way to Crystal Roller. Oh, there's the boots. We did it, chat. There is some small keys that are locked by the boots, by the way, and another pod. And P-Train having trouble trying to remember what he's got, and it's the Smiths. He just has not done the Smiths. It's just not been on his radar at all. All right, Hype Cave for Magnet Hands, and this is where he's going to get that pod big. So he's got 3 pod bigs, so he can get the ice rod. The real question is where is the Turtle Rock big? And it feels like GT is gonna be the call here. Oh wait, Turtle Rock, Chris, big keys on Crystal Roller. Oh, I missed it. All right. Gosh, I look away for 1 second and I missed it. All right, so we know where everything is then. P-Train still doesn't have the ped knowledge. He is going to get his flute now. It's going to feel pretty bad. And is pretty far behind. So Magnet, I feel like Magnet could still even climb and still be okay. So Magnet goes to pod. Did he find the dam yet? I don't think he found the dam. All right, flute in hand for P-Train now. The Smith, the purple chest had the mirror, or not the mirror, the lamp. That's not that big of a deal. Dam, where was the dam? How they run without boots. They have pseudo boots. Pseudo boots allows you to dash, but doesn't give you the benefits of bonking and doing some of the things that you can do with the regular boots. There's the mirror from Magnet. He's out. Okay. So I imagine he's going to go do pod next. And actually, P-Train, the hard thing for P-Train is he's probably going to double dip Misery Mire because he doesn't have the knowledge about Samaria. I think there's a small key here that Magnet Hands is going to get. The hair is small. All right, there's one more key here on the library that Magnet Hands is going to pick up as well. Skullwoods. P-Train getting the information that he needs there. Yeah, P-Train not checking the ped is going to be big, but then also just the Smith chain. Just it was his absolute last location, and we saw him kind of pause and hesitate, trying to remember what else he had left. And Magnet not wanting to go back into pod with only 3 keys. Understandable. Very understandable. You definitely one more lets you check all the back and kill the boss and just isolate the vanilla big key chest. I feel like that's kind of what he's hoping for. With 3, he's got to leave 2 keys there. or 2 checks, the harmless Elway and the vanilla big key. But we know, chat knows that that's not that big of a deal, but it is understandable on why he's putting it off. So let's see. P-Train knows he's looking for a bow, he's looking for Samaria, and he's looking for the Turtle Rock Big. But here we go. Into pod for... Oh, he's got 2 keys. Oh, yeah. So he can go... He can kill Helma. As long as he doesn't check... Did he already go to the back? No. Okay, so he's going to kill Helma for sure. GT Big for P-Train. Magnet Hands is on an ad break, so we'll be joining him shortly after these messages. Where was the bow? Left side GT. Okay. So P-Train going to get the bow here. All right. So P-Train's out. He gets the bow. He goes and finishes pod. He goes and finishes Eastern. And then books it to pedestal. I think there's a chance still, right? It's... Yeah, I don't know. Bombs from Helmasaur, but that is crystal number 5 for Magnet Hands. Oh, the TR Big is right. That's on Crystal Roller. Yeah, Magnet still needs to find the dam. And then he gets to Go Mode Swamp. So that's the benefit. He's going to get his Ice Rod here. He's going to go finish off Turtle Rock. And at that point, he's just looking for entrances. There's the Ice Rod, and there it is. Magnet knows. I just need to find the dam. All right. Ice Armos for P-Train. And Just looking for that DM for Magna Hands. There it is. And that's go mode for Magna Hands. Another pod key. This race is big. This is a very big week. If you look at the standings in their division, both teams with only 9 points, that's 3 wins. They're 3-7 at the bottom of their division. When you finish the season, the team with the lowest record gets relegated to the Open. And missing playoffs has been in the league since the beginning, and have yet to make the playoffs and are on the brink of relegation going into the final week. If they split with He Came From, they have a one more game this week. It will depend on week 7. There is a logjam for the playoffs, though. OK Dudes in their division are locked for the playoffs. So there's 3 spots available, but Be Gone Pot has 18 points. Go, JK, LOL, and WJBDTB have 15. Beats from the East have 12. So I think it's 4 teams make the playoffs. I don't think they're officially eliminated yet, but it's close. Got to win these last 4 games, and Magna Hands looks to be pulling this one away. Pseudo boots ? Pseudo boots, they do have boots now, but pseudo boots, you start with the ability to dash, but you don't get the benefit of the boots with bonking and hovering and things like that. So all right, FaZe looked up. Fun fact, I looked up past seasons. No invitational team has been relegated with 4 wins yet. 3 was the highest. Ooh. So yeah, pretty competitive division here. But Magna Hands, just an Argus and Ganon fight away from taking the victory for He Came From. Let's see, Peach Rain on the right path, finished up Eastern, is doing pod, but the TR big key is going to be the real big one here. And him just not getting that flute for so long really cost him. And there it is, crystal number 7. Oh, no, wait. Has he done TR? There's Swamp. And I guess he just has to go finish off Turtle Rock. Yeah, so Magnet going to go kill Trinex now, and then we'll pick up crystal number 7. All right. There it is. Crystal number 7 for Magnet Hands. Just needs to kill Ganon, and has silvers in hand now as well. There is a Samaria there in the hands for P-Train, but just a little too late because he still needs to finish off Meyer and find that Turtle Rock big, which is in Turtle Rock of all places. But with Tempered Sword, it looks like we're going to get a 1 and 2 here. Or excuse me, a 2 and 1 with Ganon going to the top right, so Magnet can just slice away. Usually people like to go with the spins, but Magnet just wants to slice and dice. Oh. All right, on to phase 3. Just one more slash to get into phase 4 when he stops warping. Please, Ganon. Please. All right, that's it. So now we got to slash him to turn him blue. Put a silver arrow in him. Light some torches. Put 3 more silver arrows in him. There's 3. Need 1 more. And get your GGs in chat for Magnet Hands from He Came From. I don't even know how to do it right. I apologize, Magnet. GGs in chat for Magnet Hands and He Came From as they get their 3 points and the win over P-Train with an official time of 2:03:53 and a dot forfeit from P-Train, understandably, right after that. So get your GGs in chat for both Magnet Hands and P-Train, and we'll see if we can get some interviews with these guys. Again, big shout outs to our trackers again today, Jinxie Girl and Lady Laura Linda, for making sure that this restream happened. It was a really fun race to watch, and of course, chat, when you get a pet seed, you always get excited. So it looks like we're going to get P-Train and Magnet Hands here at the same time. I'll wait for both of them to jump up here. And we have both of our runners today. GGs to both Magnet Hands and P-Train.
GGs.
GGs, man.
Well, let's just say thank God for pseudo boots, I guess.
Yeah, that was a brutal seed.
I mean, the boots.
That felt awful the whole time.
Well, let's start with Magnet Hands since he won. Magnet Hands, and then we'll come back to you, Pete. Magnet, tell me about your thought process going through the seed. What was the delay in getting to the mire? It was, I think, my big question I had for you.
Just clearing other entrances, trying to possibly find the dam and do other stuff.
I see.
Like, yeah, I could go over there. I know the stuff is over there, but I'm not trying to be bogged down to be over there. So I was like, I'm just going to delay it a little bit, not too much, but it kind of got weird at a certain point. I was like, I better go over there.
Yeah. And so the seed, let's see, I'm trying to think about all the different things that you had. I think the funniest, it was not the pedestal, but the hammer and the hook shot in Thieves Town.
Right.
Was there any thought from either of you about, do I go back in, or was it, no, I can't leave this one location?
I mean, that's easy for me. I'm like, it's a hammer check. Clear your steer, do that, get it over with, worry about the next hammers. The problem with that is that I never got to hammer pegs or went back to
Yeah. What about you, P-Train?
Yeah, I mean, I felt I feel like you're never ever going to have a better chance to check the Thieves Town Big Chest is when you're right there.
Yep.
So I just assume my opponent's doing it, so I do it too, and it's neutral. And
I mean-
especially like if you think like, not that I think I'm not familiar with Magnet Hand's execution, unfortunately, but like if you think you execute well, I mean, if you think you can do it faster than your opponent, there's really no reason not to. You know, and even then, you're only talking about like maybe a second or two. So there's really no reason to skip it, in my opinion.
You guys were actually in there at the same time. I think P-Train was just a slightly ahead, finishing that dungeon, but
Wow.
it was you guys were there at the exact same time because the seed kind of funneled you there. P-Train, the big thing was just putting off the Smiths for as long as you did. And it almost felt like you kind of forgot. It looked like there was a moment where you weren't sure what to do, like you're out of checks. Was it just I kind of forgot about the Smiths, or what kind of tell me about that?
That it was that. It was also tilt, and it was also a bit of tunnel vision. So I feel like every step of the seed where you had a major decision, like I just had the wrong mindset. Like the seed was holding against me, so to speak. I got to Thieves Town too early. Didn't have if I had had a sword, I probably do Thieves Town there because it's just where it is.
Yeah.
But I didn't have a sword, so I was like, all right, well, I'll try to come back with a hammer. No big deal, right? Then I found ice, and I was like, oh well, this is such a garbage location. Like also, like the whole time, like Kakariko just felt like the worst. So I tried to limit my trips to Kakariko. So I was always trying to check maybe some obscure entrances to like connect back over there, because there were a lot of connectors in Kakariko. But I could never find my way back to Kakariko. So I hated every time I had to dash back to Kakariko. I'm in Thieves Town without a sword. All right, I'll come back without a hammer. I dive ice without the hammer. All right, I'll come back when I have the cane. I knew that I had left 2 entrances over in the eastern area. I knew one of them probably were the Smiths, so I wasn't terribly worried about that. But after a while, especially being so late to that hammer and hook shot, I got tunnel vision. I wanted to find you bad. And I was just convinced. And at one point, it's like the hour and 48-minute mark, and I think I only have like what 2 or 3 crystals. And at that point, like they're like, how am I even still in the running? You know, like there's just no way. Like, which I don't know. The more I thought about it, I was like, you know, the seed actually is like terrible. Like with the Smith being where it is and all of that. I thought about, you know, I had mentioned in Discord earlier that I thought about picking up the Smith on my way to Bombo's tablet, but I was just so convinced I was going to find a dungeon, and then also going all the way, like, no matter how you route it, like going from Bombo's tablet to the Smith's, or to where I knew the Smith would be, just felt really bad. So I don't know, like every decision I made in this seed just backfired.
So here's the situation that we had. We had the information about the mirror, and we had the information about the flute. Each one of you had one of those items. We put a prediction in chat. Who was going to get what the other item first? Was Magnet Hands going to get the mirror first, or was P-Train going to get the flute first? 73%, I wanted to say, had P-Train getting the flute first. And it wasn't, ended up not being that close. Magnet Hands got the mirror pretty quickly, because P-Train, you were, when we had that going, you were like in the area of the Smith. So, and Magnet Hands was kind of in the area of the water check. So it was really interesting. That kind of was one of the, you know, the big decider is who got to that first, because of so much.
I think I was holding off for a flute.
Yeah.
Like in my mind, I was like, oh, I'll just do that whenever I find a flute, because surely I'm about to find GT or Meyer or literally anything that has like more than one item. And I don't know, it felt like there was a huge dry spell until I got funneled into the thing I was trying to skip. And that was like the theme for the entire seed for me.
So Magnet taking the W, it's got to feel good as you head into the you know, the back half of the season. I guess the back 2 games of the season.
Yeah. Oh man. GG's again. I mean, you know, like I was telling P Train in the race room chat, I have COVID, so it's like, you know, I mean, you knew that, but like,
Yeah.
The people who's watching don't really know that, and so like I just wanted to get this race over with so I can rest on major races for a minute, like, because my brain was I put like all my brain power into this. I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
now that it's over, I'm like, all right, I want to eat, I want to
Yeah.
shower, I just want to
Yeah.
relax. Yeah.
So I don't know the percentages or whatnot. I think you have a slim chance of still making the playoffs if you win out. So there's that. P Train, I mean, things have just not gone your way this season. And
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I played well. Like,
yeah.
like it's unfortunate the way things. I mean, shoot, I killed the rat with bombs in the dart, like trying to get the sword out of the back of his cape. So like there were highlights of the seed for me. You know, like there were parts of it that were fun. But yeah, it's just it's kind of hard because like you never want to be the person that's like, oh well, if I had just done this, I would have won, or you know, because I mean that's true for everybody, right?
Sure.
But man, I felt like I made reasonable enough decision. Like probably the only mistake was like not committing to Smiths when I had the opportunity to. But
Yeah.
everything else, like I kind of stand behind. So I don't know. Like it's always a bittersweet feeling when you look back at your decisions and you feel like you did as well as you could, but you just still
Yeah.
come away with the L. That's just the way it
Yep.
is.
Yeah, it's tough. It's a tough one. The game is tough. Do you guys have game 2 on the schedule?
I believe that is Friday evening, GFE versus AFG.
Okay. The acronyms going against each other. That's 9:10 p.m. on
No, absolutely no pressure on GFE, by the way.
Yeah, for
No
sure.
pressure, GFE.
No pressure at all. Because if you lose, I mean, relegation is literally a stone's throw away, and that would be. I didn't even know what to say about that. Honestly,
We've been trying to make playoffs, but we didn't say what league playoffs we were actually trying to make. We're playing the long game here, man.
Apparently. All right. Any last thoughts before I let you guys go and get some rest?
Nah, GG's magnet hands, and please rest up. Respect the COVID. Stay in the bed, man. Don't be a hero. Hope you get better, dude.
I appreciate that, P Train. And you know, I told you in chat, but I want to tell you like live, man. Thank you for your kind words, and also thank you for your tutorial vids. You know, you're the reason why I hover and got my execution up. So thanks a lot, GG's, and to everybody who was a part of the restream. Thank you, trackers, commentators, everybody. Just thank you.
Yep. All right. GG's to Magnet Hands and P-Train. Make sure you get GG's in chat for them as well. Make sure you watch the rest of their matches. Again, this is day 1 of Cross Keys, so we got a whole week of it. In fact, if you head over right now to SpeedGaming 2, you can watch Trey Spire versus Days Cloud. Days Cloud, one of the best Cross Keys runners in all of Rando. Trey, no slouch either, so that's got to be a good one. And then come back here in, let's see, an hour and a half for Maxim Barnage versus Fear Agent with Drosy and Tracy M on comms. Huge shout outs again to our trackers, Jinxie Girl and Lady Laura Linda, for doing the tracks, doing the tracking for us today and making sure that we got this restream out because it was a great race. And really appreciate all the work that they do. That's going to do it for me. Thank you all for hanging out. Glad you had a good time. I hope you had a good time. We'll see you next time.